Okay, good evening, everybody. And if you're watching this back or watch on Facebook, good evening. Love you and so glad you're here. Real quickly, before we get to our special guest, I want to remind you of Bob Heilig's training tomorrow night. I cannot tell you enough how much I really hope and pray that you tune in and how his training about the masks that we wear, about just how we can get into this business and we get in with maybe a hope and a desire or a vision, whether it's community, whether it's making money, whether it's to become more, whether it's to help people. And then along the way, because network marketing is what it is, we can lose ourselves and forget what our true calling is supposed to be. And then we question ourselves, we question how we should show up, what we should say, and he's just going to speak to all of that in the way that he's training and talking about it. I just know that so many people are going to have aha moments tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. Um, and it will be recorded, just so you know. And then Wednesday night, an hour before Wednesday Wellness, I will be doing an opportunity presentation with Troy and Shauna Loggy. And Shauna being a personal trainer, Troy being in the mortgage space. They'll talk about why the business matters to them, but also share a lot about their personal journey. Troy just went through open heart surgery and just how those products really impacted his body's ability to, one, maintain health with the condition that he had and how he recovered from it as well. So it's going to be a powerful story, and I'm really, really going to touch upon their story a lot. So tune into that as well. Okay. Building on just getting our belief up, right? Building on our belief. I talked a lot about the business tonight, the industry of network marketing, being so proud that you're a part of it. Dana is a phenomenal leader in the network marketing space. She's been in it for a long time. I didn't even get her bio. I don't like to do that most of the time because I want people to hear from you and your story. So I know you're going to talk about social media a little bit, Dana, but I just would love for you to tell the team why you said yes to LifeVantage. Tell us who you were with previously and why you said yes to LifeVantage and why you feel it's different and why you're excited to be here. And then we'll get into some of your social media training.
Yeah, so I was with Rodan Fields for 13 years. I am a hairstylist by trade and an esthetician by trade. So when that fell into my lap, it just went with what I did, right? So I had no idea what network marketing is. But I just fell into it because someone presented it to me that was also a stylist. So um, that's what I did for 13 years. About 6 years ago, my oldest son got Lyme disease. And I knew Shauna Michelle from the Tony Robbins community. And that's when I got connected with them, with Protandim. And he started taking the Protandim, and I thought, I better start taking that stuff too. So we actually started taking the products about 6 years ago. And then about a year and a half ago, I started working the business, the LifeVantage business. So since last July, so however long that's been. The July 2024.
Okay.
So, and I'll say it is a lot different. It's not different in what I learned, but this is so much more emotional than skincare,
Yeah.
right? Skincare was a luxury item, but this changes lives, right? It literally changes health and bodies. And when you get those testimonies coming back, it's just it's so good. So that's where I think it's a lot different as far as the two different companies go.
Love it. Your bestie Taryn's on here too. I know you guys are great accountability partners. Hi, Taryn. Okay, Dana, when I see you on social media, I see your face a lot, which I love. You make it very personal. And I also notice on social media, like you're never sharing the products, the product name. You're never putting it out there. So I just love for you to remind the team or just share with us, like, your intention when you post on social media. Like, what is your intention and why do you do it the way that you do it?
So First of all, if you're not utilizing social media, remember it's free. So why not? And everyone builds their business differently. Like I work in a salon 1 day a week only. So that's the only group of people I'm ever around. And then I'm a mom to 4 boys, and that's that. So I build on social. Like that is I kind of hide behind it, to be honest. But that's the way I built my business with Rodan, and this is the way I build with LifeVantage. And, a lot of my customers and clients I don't even know. And I'll get into that in a minute. I'll talk about stories a little bit. I'll talk about posting, and I'll talk about what I do behind the scenes, kind of. Um, but what was the question?
No, just go with what you
Oh,
have. I
oh,
don't want
about
to
how
screw
I
it up.
post.
Yeah.
How I post. So yeah, typically I don't really mention LifeVantage. I want them to ask me what it is, right? I call it the hook, okay? And you'll see Tanya talking about this. You'll see Bob Heilig talking about this. I don't want it to be transactional. I don't want it to look like I'm quote unquote selling something. I want it to look like I had that person in my bathroom, and 30 days, 60 days, 90 days later, oh my gosh, there I took her picture again of her legs. Look at my friend Lori, right? And then that's what I call the hook. Not the hook like I'm going to reel them in and get their credit card and I'm going to hook them and get their money. I need to catch their attention on social media. Be different, not be posting a product bottle and, look so much like I'm selling. I want to look like I'm sharing information that really worked for me, or a story, or a before and after picture. Um, I feel, and this is why I do it this way. They used to call it I forget what attraction marketing. You're attracting them to you. Now, I'm not saying you have to be like me. I'm not saying you have to be like Tanya. Be yourself, but be interesting. Don't be boring either. And I typically don't post negative things. But if I post the product bottle, even if I have a before a picture by it, I typically don't ever show the label. I might turn it, I might drink it, I might, this. Um, I know what I do. And this happened to me last week. I was going to buy some coffee and I went and looked at the price. It was mushroom coffee. I went and looked at the price because she showed the whole label. And I was like, oh no, forget that. I'll just go buy my other coffee, right? If you show the whole product, they're going to go look it up and then you're going to take the conversation out of it. And a lot of people would say, $157 for collagen, forget it. And you don't even know that they were interested. I'm just going to go use my Costco stuff. Like collagen is collagen is collagen, right? So that's why I do what I do. I just want to hook them by grabbing their attention. And then if they say, what is that? Oh my gosh, let me send you a video. Or, oh my gosh, I'll voice memo you some information. That's what I do to catch their attention. And I know social media has changed a lot, but I still do it this way. But I also mix up my posts. I might post something business one time a week. Like I love that term micro franchise. Is that what it is? Because that little term might catch attention, right? And I went to a Tony Robbins business seminar. It was 6 days. It was amazing. I've been to a lot of his programs. And all the people up on his stage was saying the same thing. Don't be so stock photo. Don't be so corporate image because you're not getting the attention. You come across as you're selling a product, right? So we want to catch their attention in just a different way. Um, but on social, I might say, hey, I might be sitting on the beach. I'm so glad I opened a micro franchise, a couple years ago. And this is where I get to work and I get to help people every day or something, right? But mix up your posts as well. And another thing I think is important now is interactive posts because you're going to get more people commenting back and forth. So the more people you get commenting back and forth, the more likely they are to see your posts in the algorithm. coming up. And the more conversations you have on Messenger, the more likely they are to see your things come up in your feed. Okay. Do you just want me to keep going, Tanya, or did that kind of
Keep
answer
rolling.
you?
Great.
Okay. So I utilize stories every day. If you don't know what stories are, Tanya can definitely tell you about stories, but I think a lot of people watch stories. A lot of people don't scroll and scroll and scroll. Um, but the stories are right at the top. And for myself, what I think of a story is like a storybook. Okay. You're flipping the page, it's building on each other. I keep it one product per day because it's there for 24 hours, right? I personally don't say, post, the call me drinking the collagen, then a couple before and after pictures, and then the P84, and that because the audience might be like, wait, what? Like she's talking about too many products. So I typically keep it one product per day. I might be out on a walk saying, oh my gosh, a year and a half ago, I had such bad plantar fasciitis in my heel, and my body pain was so bad, I never realized or never thought I'd be out here for a walk, enjoying this beautiful day. But I'm pain free now. And then I might roll in a few more before and after pictures of the collagen or some information about the collagen. A story should be like a storybook, building on each other. Okay. Not just one picture and then it's gone. And then people are like, what was that? you know? Um, so that's a little bit about stories. I would do stories every day. Um, and then when you're posting, on your actual personal page, I typically tell my team try to do it more in the evening hours. This is just something I think because I know what I do. I post something personal in the morning or inspirational or a video or something. But if it's a Life Vantage post and I want it to grab attention, more people scroll at night before bed versus in the morning when they're running out the door or getting their kids to school or going to work, right? So if you post a Life Vantage picture in the morning and then they get on Facebook at 8 o'clock at night, they're going to scroll and probably their other friends are going to pop up, but they're never going to get to your post. That's just something I do. But I post to social every day. Life Vantage? No, not every day. A couple times a week, but personal at least every day. Sometimes I'm like, what the heck am I going to post today? I go through my phone, oh, I'm going to post an old picture from a football game or, oh, my kids, oh, they used to be so cute. Now they're so big. Something, right? To catch attention. But Facebook likes you to be active, posting all the time. That's what the algorithm likes. Okay. So when you're posting, try only a couple times a week later in. And I do stories every day too. And I'll answer questions at the end too. I just saw that pop up. Stories every day, every single day. I do stories. Every single day I do a post. I do a Life Vantage post a couple times a week. Um, and then also don't post too close together. If you post Life Vantage at 5 p.m. and then you post a picture of your dog at 6 p.m., they're going to kind of compete. I guess that's the way the algorithm works. If I post something at Life Vantage at night, I don't post anything else the rest of the night. I see some people posting comics and like two or three or four in a row, and I'm like, whoa, like that's so much. So, and again, you have to think of what your audience would like to see. I would say, don't be boring. Don't be like negative. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to follow someone that's negative and complaining all the time. That's just me. But provide value too. If you can say, hey, this yellow pill, and again, I don't hold the product bottle of Protanamol, but sometimes I hold the yellow pill up and I say, this is what it's done for my son. This is what it's done for my friend, whatever. But if it's a before and after, I don't post a lot of verbiage because a lot of people don't want to read a lot of stuff. If it's a before and after, like say it's my friend Lori's legs, I say, oh my gosh, look at my friend Lori. This is 30 days on this activated collagen, right? I don't say Life Vantage. I don't say True Science. I usually say activated so they know activated. What's that? It's kind of like a keyword, like it might pull them in. Um, but I want to provide value and grab their attention on that, if that makes sense. Um, so what do I do? And if you guys have any questions after, I can answer questions. So in the back, what do I do that people don't see? And this is what I add into my DMO every day is, and a lot of your leaders will say 2 a day, every day, 2 a day, every day. I do what's called the 5-5-5, and it's 5 new friends, 5 new reach outs, and 5 follow-ups a day. And then I added birthday messages too. So it's actually birthdays too. Um, and all this could probably take 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Okay. Some of you might have a small network on social media, but that's why I like Facebook, because you can friend people. You can't friend on TikTok and you can't friend on Instagram. I do have those, but I don't get a lot of attraction from those. Um, so I build mostly on Facebook. So that's what I'm talking about on Facebook. I can friend people all day on Facebook. And I'm going to friend people until I max out my friends at 5,000, right? And how do I find people? I might have a friend that's a real estate agent in town and think like, "Oh my gosh, she knows so many people and they're all super successful and they're all fun. I'm going to friend some of her friends." Or you might go in a group if you love German Shepherds, and you might join a group with German Shepherds and you might friend some of those people and start up a conversation. Whatever groups you want to join or friends of people you want to friend, as long as you have a profile picture that looks kind of halfway like you're friendly, um, people might say, "I don't know if I know her, but I must have met her somewhere. I'll friend her back. I'll accept her friend request." And if they don't, who cares? You don't know them anyway. So maybe to get 5 new friends a day, maybe you'll have to send 10 requests or 15. But keep in mind, all 5 of those or 10 of those are not going to accept your friend request. So it is a numbers game. You have to do more to get people to accept the friend request. Okay. Um, and then the 5 friend requests are pretty simple, right? The next 5 is 5 new reach outs. And by a reach out, I mean a connection. I might send Tanya Sheldon a friend request, and I might say, "Tanya, I know I sent her friend request and I know how we got connected. I sent her a friend request, but I just say, 'Hey Tanya, I'm not sure how we got connected, but I also noticed that you're in the real life church group with me. How do you still go to the church? How long have you been going there?'" It's just a hello. However you got connected, join a church group, join a moms in your community. If you live in Boise, Idaho, there's probably a Boise, Idaho moms group, or in Dean's case, a dad's group, or whatever, right? There's got to be groups that you are interested in and you have commonalities with. So then you would say, "Oh my gosh, Dean, I saw that you're in the Boise, Idaho dad's group. Nice to connect on here. Is that how we got connected?" Or whatever, right? That is like a reach out or a new connection. So you're making a connection with people on Messenger, and then maybe the more likely they are to see your posts, right? I don't mention LifeVantage. I don't say, "Do you have any health concerns?" I don't say, "What do you do?" Well, sometimes I do say, "What do you do? Oh my gosh, what do you do for work? Do you live here in my town?" Like maybe we got connected through, a hair salon or whatever. Sometimes I ask them what they do. And if they say, "Oh, my teacher," "Oh my gosh, I work with a lot of teachers too. I work in cellular wellness and I work with a lot of teachers." It's true. Do we work with other teachers? Yes. So just 5 connections or 5 hellos. And if you go in your friends list I don't write everybody down that I send a friend request to. I got that question before. Because that would be so many. If I send 5 or 10 a day, I'm not going to write them down till they actually interact with me. Okay. Um, where's my train of thought? So 5 friends, 5 new connections, and then 5 reach outs. And what else was I going to say? 5 follow ups. So a follow up would be, someone that you follow up with about products. Don't forget to follow up about products. If I have a daytime planner, I'm old school. I have January through December, and I can go back to January and see every conversation I had in January, and I wrote down what their issue was. Brittany had previous breast cancer. Um, Kaylin had hair issues and hormonal issues. So now it's February. I can go back to my January list and follow up with those people I might have had a conversation with before. Okay. I put their name, put what their issue was. I put a star by them if they're super interested. And then I put a highlight if they've turned into a customer or a consultant. But I like it this way because I can flip back all the way in every month and look at my follow ups that I have to do. And then birthday messages. I go through birthday messages every day. I don't post it to their wall. I send them a private message on Messenger. Oh my gosh, Tanya, I just wanted to say happy birthday. I hope you're staying healthy and well. Sometimes I say that because sometimes they say, oh, thank you so much, but I'm doing great, but my husband just got diagnosed with whatever. I mean, sometimes they say this stuff, right? Sometimes they just want to talk to somebody, right? So just make that connection and don't be transactional, just be caring, okay? Um, and then on Facebook, if under your friends list, you can go sort the list and see who your newest friends are first. So remember, I don't write everyone's name down that I friend, but you can go see who all are, you can put newest friends first, right? Oldest friends would be the people I've been Facebook friends with for 10 years. They probably have heard from me already. Newest friends first are going to be my new reach outs, my new connections. Okay. And then I think that's it. Um, I will just say too, be consistent with whatever you're doing because sometimes people don't give a thumbs up or a heart or a comment. But I've had people watch me for a year and say, I've been watching you for so long. I need to know about that collagen. Or I've been watching you so long. My mom has this. Can you tell me more about that pill you're talking about? You know, if they don't like our heart, it doesn't mean that they're not seeing it. So just be consistent and just be caring, not transactional, be transformational, be loving and caring. And lastly, if you do a post too, go back and look at it and make sure it looks good. Make sure it looks like something you'd want to see, right? If it looks like, oh, that looks like I'm kind of selling that product, no, I'm going to change it up, right? Um, just double check your work and just stay consistent. So, you know, I love social media because it expands your network from everywhere. If you're having meetings, great. If you're having get-togethers with people at work, great. If you're having your meetings at in your home or whatever, but you can friend people from all over the US or other countries that you wouldn't even know before. So that's what I love about social as well. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Tanya, did you have anything else you wanted me to cover?
No, I just wanted to say, I think another great thing too is if you have a post that gets a ton of interaction, I like to ride that into the next day and just keep the conversation going, keep the eyeballs on it, because we all know, like Bob has always told us, right? It's not just someone commenting, it's also someone that takes the time to like it or love it that can become someone that you reach out to. So if your post is doing well, don't post again. Just keep writing that into the next day and keep conversing with that. And then the other thing, Dana, do you ever share posts or do you just make it your own?
I never share only because years ago in a social media training, people that said when you share posts, it's not seen as much. And honestly, if I see Tanya doing a post and I share her post, they might think like, oh, I'm going to ask that Tanya about that product. They don't even know, why that I have anything to do with it. So it might look like I'm sharing it for Tanya and not myself. Another thing I'll say too is it within your team here, if you see your team posts, instead of just a heart or a like, go give them a comment.
Mhm.
People read the testimonies and don't just say, oh my gosh, her legs look so great. Oh my gosh, her skin looks great. Say what it's done for you. Say, hey, I was looking for collagen. I wasn't looking for it as a vanity product, but this is the only thing. It took away my body pain. Like people read the testimonies and help each other out as a team because I could go see Tanya's post, and if I see a bunch of likes, oh yeah, that's fine. But if I see somebody says that their body pain is gone, someone says their wrinkles are gone, someone says their cellulite is gone, someone said they had plantar fasciitis or a bad shoulder, or oh my gosh, I didn't need surgery. Like people read that stuff. So comments are everything. And you can even push it back through the next day too. Like Tanya said, comment again and comment back and forth. If Tanya leaves a comment to me, oh my gosh, this took away my body pain as well. I'll say, oh, really? Like, what kind of body pain did you have? The more interaction you have, the more your post is going to be pushed through, and people read the comments. People are nosy, they read the stuff.
Such a good point. Thank you so much for that. And with the weather getting warmer too, you guys, it is great. If you do post something and you want that interaction, just remember to use that Facebook Messenger support chat. And please don't be afraid to ask for it because we don't always all see each other's stuff. I know I don't. And I will start putting in there too in the social media shareable. More like the before and afters of collagen again, the legs and all those things, because those are fun to start posting with the weather getting warmer. I know it's only February, but still it's getting warmer. So thank you so much for all these amazing reminders. And just, you guys, Dana's always enrolling. So what she's doing, there's results that are coming from it. So, Dana, I appreciate you taking the time, even while you're not feeling well. So, we always end the call with a prayer, and I'd love to just pray over you before you go, if that's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for Dana and just that she was led to LifeVantage. Lord, we just pray for her healing and that it doesn't get worse, but that she just wakes up feeling so much better tomorrow. And Lord, continued prayers for the healing of so many of our team members right now, Lord, that we know are just walking an unknown journey, but we also know that all of it just looks so hopeful. And we just give you so much gratitude for all of that. Thank you again for bringing Steve Fife to LifeVantage, for the foundation that he's laid for us. Just help us to not forget what a beautiful vehicle this is, especially today in the world where people need hope. Help us to just not forget what we have our hands on and to share it more than we ever have, being unattached to the results, but just knowing that it is our responsibility to share. So we give this business to you, and we thank you so much that it's been given to us. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you so much, Dana. Feel better. Love you. Everybody, I thank you for tuning in tonight. Have a wonderful week, and I hope I see you tomorrow night on Bob. It is going to bless your socks off. You're just going to love it. And as soon as I have the recording, I will post it. It's on the Pose Zoom line, the 411 line. And yeah, I just hope you have a really blessed week. And I hope no one is upset or questioning anything with Steve Fife's retirement. He deserves this. He has stayed triple the amount of time that he said he would. His poor wife, she's ready to have her husband back. I mean, they built this dream home and then moved to Utah, and he gave so much to us in these last few years. And I believe with all my heart, I want you to know on the FAB Zoom last Monday, Tyler Daniels had asked one of the board of directors to come on to that Zoom. It was FAB members and presidentials. And the head of the board came on to the FAB Zoom, and he was on vacation fishing. And he came on that Zoom and he was taking notes. He was, everybody, was giving their gratitude to Steve. But he was so calm and so steady and so just, he really just continued to remind us of what we have our hands on, and that the future for LifeVantage is so bright, and that they will not just bring in anybody to take the place of Steve, and that they want that same steady leader. And they also want a leader that is equipped and has the same mindset and love for network marketing that Steve has. And I just believe Steve behind the scenes, knowing that this moment would come, he's setting it all up for us, and it's going to be a really fantastic story. So yeah, he's set the bar very, very high. But I believe the next person that's going to come in is going to not fill his shoes, but also just be that steady, trusting leader that we've had with Steve, and also have a really powerful network marketing background. So, and the last thing I want to say, if you didn't hear tonight, Brandon Cunningham, a reminder, he was last week talking to someone that has had decades experience in the network marketing space. And Brandon brought up to him our company, and he said, what do you see for our company and what do you feel about it? And the guy just gave a glowing report. And he said to Brandon, he goes, you guys have an actual real product. So, a lot of the companies out there, they're just slinging like the next supplement, right? And they're hoping that it sticks. But he's like, you guys have a real product, and you have longevity. So now it is up to us to remind people. And the product is great. We know the products are unshakable, but get back to, what do you want your team to look like? Right? I don't want you guys to get so exhausted trying to spin the wheel on your own all the time. It's so much more fun when you bring in team members that are like you and see it in the same way. So who is it you want to be working with? And be unafraid to ask them and open that door. Okay? More than ever. And I'm here for third party all day long. Peace be with you. Okay. Love you guys. We have a superior product. That's right. All right. Have a good night. Thank you again, Dana. Love you. Feel better. Bye, everybody.